Carrier Command then. This is what we're playing it. We're playing it on my Atari ST 1040 STE, no less. So it's quite a good machine. It's one of the later versions. It's had 1 megabyte of RAM, although this particular Atari ST has 4 megabytes of RAM because, you know, I just couldn't stop myself. Other than that, it's just a bog standard Atari ST. I think it had a hard disk in it one time, but I think that died, so I took it out, and I've just got a USB stick thing in it now. So yeah, Carrier Command is hey Phoenix said 28. Said 28. Thanks for joining, Phoenix said 80. Really appreciate you coming along to watch the show. So here we are with Carrier Command. This game was released in 1988. I've got the details here on my phone, Wikipedia no less. 1988. It was released. It was developed by Real Time Games. So 1988. It's 2018 now. So that my maths tells me that's 30 years. 30 years that this game is 30 years old. Please bear that in mind as I play it. It's very, very, very old. Very old. And it is a very, very complex game. It was released on the following formats. As far as I'm concerned, there are other formats as well, but I don't recognise them. Don't judge me. I'm judging them though, but just listen to this. So on the Amiga, of course, I'm playing the ST though, because this is the format I played it on, but it was on the Amiga as well. On the ST, of course, we played on the ST, and MS-DOS PC. What? Well, apparently it was released on other platforms. The other platforms are the Amstrad, which, you know, I have close to my heart. Probably had lots of colours. Probably ran really badly, though. The Spectrum, C64, and, well, the Mac. Probably ran fine on the Mac, but C64? Oh, God! I can't imagine how painful that was. So, what's the premise of this game? Well, the premise of this game is quite simple. That's not true. It's not simple at all. It's ridiculously complicated. You are an aircraft carrier that has the ability to launch aircraft, as you do, and amphibious transports as well, known as walruses. And this aircraft carrier has but one primary weapon, which is a massive laser cannon. You can see it in the middle there. This is the aircraft carrier spinning in the middle there. There are loads of islands that suddenly appeared in the Pacific Ocean, and due to a massive earthquake, 2 plates are smashed together. Plate tectonic times. Yes, the 2 plates were smashed together. Oh, music. So this is some music, so. And I think this is sample music. If you listen to it, it sounds like it's sampled. I'm fairly certain it is. I'm going to turn it down just a smidgen on my headphones because it's a bit loud. There you go. But so this is the theme tune and the cover art. It's set in the future, sometime in the year 2166 to be precise. How do I know that? Because I read the manual, all 77 pages of it. I read the manual because games like this, you have to read the manual. I know, but this is what we do here on Games of Praise. We delve deep into them and look at the manuals, look at the inlays, and check stuff out like that. So I do actually have the original copy of this game, I'm happy to say. And I was rooting around trying to find a manual. I couldn't find a manual, but I did find this. This is an audio cassette that came with the game. It's not the game itself. The game itself came on a floppy disk, of course, because it's on the ST. On the other platforms, it came on a tape. But this is the audio cassette of the theme tune. So I got this. I don't know why I've still got it, because the box has long since been thrown away. But I've still got this. And I've just got here, just so happenstance, got here an audio cassette tape player, which does work. I have about 6 or 7 of these things because I have loads of retro computers. You need a lot of them. So I'm going to put it in. I'm going to play a little bit because there it is. You can hear it. Hopefully, it's just kicking in now. There you go. So it sounds a little bit better, but so yeah, I think this is like the start of. It's very 80s, isn't it? The 1980s. Okay, and it goes on. You've heard this. Yeah. I grant you this is not very respectful considering the surroundings I'm in. Oh, it goes on. But it's like this is the 12-inch remix of the theme tune. But so those of you who are new to Games of Praise, which is probably a lot of you considering this is our first proper show, I'm gonna stop that now. As fantastic as that was. I'm going to just rewind it. This is, you can see, we're in a cathedral. This is Salisbury Cathedral. We're here. We're visiting from Salisbury Cathedral. Giving praise to Carrier Command. Enough of that. Move that out of the way. We are here celebrating this extraordinary game of 30 years old. And just to point out, in case you're wondering what kind of mouse I'm using, because this is a mouse control game, you're probably not. You probably could care less. But I'm going to show you anyway. Do you remember these? Do you remember these? These are just terrible. There's nothing good about these at all. But I'm going to suffer it. Because this is the mouse that you got with the Atari ST. Now, the mouse with the Atari ST, it's a weighty fellow. It's a bit of a heft to it. Got to, there's a word. Heft. Not used nearly enough. Probably for good reason. But yes, here we are. The mouse for the Atari ST. And what I'm going to do is there's 2 versions of the game you play. There's the strategy game, which I'm going to show you now, and then we'll probably have a go at the action game as well to show you a bit more of the interaction we have with the game. But it is really, really complicated. So do bear with me as I try to explain to you all the intricacies of playing very, very strange and complicated game. So I'm just fiddling around with my head. I hope you didn't hear that bonk. It's on the big boom. It's my mic. It's on the big boom. So, what am I doing? Yes, start the game. Enough silliness. Creating game world. So please wait. Ooh. So, let's give you a bit of an idea of what we've got here. So we have on the left-hand side, we have a series of 5 icons. And the thing about, and this is the mouse sort of sloshing around all over the place. The thing about these games from this era is, if you notice, as I hover my mouse over these icons, there is no tips to tell me what they do. Nothing. Doesn't tell me what they do at all. I have a clue. But the only way I know is because I read the manual, and you have to guess kind of what they do based on what they look like. Which is kind of weird. So, anyway, let's have a look. So, I see. So, let's zoom in and out. So, there's the map. There's the island we're just facing. All the islands are square. It's very, very interesting. And you can program stuff. You can go to status. There's no messages. So you go to messages. There's storage. There's things you've got in storage which you can build and have. So I've got 4 mantas and 4 walruses. So I need to build more of those in order to get backups and stuff. This is the repair module. So you can actually sort of check the damage of all your systems, like your engines and radar. Communications, all very exciting, very in-depth stuff. Again, just to remind you, this game is 30 years old. Laser turret, observation turret, laser cannon. It's core. So this is the bridge again, and this is the real core of. Can actually use arrow keys, I think. Well, arrow keys to move things around. I'm going to do that. One thing about the ST keyboard is a bit squidgy. I've always thought it was a bit squidgy, but anyway. So here we have various islands, you see, and there were different names, all based on Greek mythology. So I'm just zooming on this one. Elwood, that's not very Greek mythology, but many of them are Greek mythology. So I'm controlling the ACC, Epsilon. There you go, Epsilon, and that's an aircraft carrier. There were two aircraft carriers. There's also ACC Omega, but the Omega has been taken over by a rival corporation, and it's now on a mad rampage to destroy all the islands unless we pay billions of dollars in ransom. So rather than pay the billions of dollars in ransom, I've been charged as commander of the carrier Epsilon to destroy the Omega by any means necessary. The only means necessary is to take out all of the islands, control of the islands over and above the other carrier, or to straight out destroy the other carrier. The latter is much harder. I never managed to do it. I only ever managed to control all of the islands. Yes, I've managed to finish one of those games. I actually managed to finish. I know, weird, right? But that's what I've done. So let's just center on. So that's my carrier now, and that's the island of Vulcan. So the island of Vulcan is very important in this game because that's a landing strip. That's my primary supply island. And that's where I'm manufacturing things. That's where everything comes from. All roads lead to Vulcan Island, and that little flickering thing is where I need to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of this, and yes, sorry, this. Okay. So yeah, okay. And that's the thingy. Well, that's the autopilot. Yeah, my bad. You can actually increase speed and decrease speed and move and this sort of thing. I'm not going to do that. So this icon I've just clicked on here is the defensive icon. So what you can do is you click on, right click on here. That allows me to move everything around. Do you see that? It's very floaty. It's very floaty. And so yeah, Phoenix 1080. This game doesn't have a plot. I just described it. I just described it to you. You press up. Oh no, up. Is it? It might be plus or minus. So look. Is it plus? No. Not sure what the shortcut key is for zooming in, but let's do that. Let's go. So if you zoom in right in. Oh yeah, it's got inverted controls. That's so helpful. So the little there we go. Okay. It's gone a bit squiffy. Oh yeah, here we go. See, there you go. So this is what I wanted to show you. You've got this is like a launch pad for drones, for anti-aircraft drones, and that's sort of the defensive mechanism. This big volcano-like thing. The thing next to it is a command center. That's under my control at the moment. And that command center allows me to build various things and defenses and that kind of stuff. At the moment it's trying to build something. I think, I'm not quite sure, but it could be an oil rig or something like that over there. But yeah, it's very exciting. And yes. So if I just sort of zoom out a bit to give me a sense of... Oh, there's something else there as well. This might be like a... Yeah. There you go. It's got inverted controls, which is always fun. But this thing's also got a laser weapon, so I can actually... I'll fire that now. Actually, no, I'll zoom in on those. Zoom in on those. There you go. These are little devices or automated machines that go around doing stuff, which is grand. And they just do things for you. They're like automated turrets and that kind of stuff. They defend the island from other things. So, what else do we have? We have walruses. And walruses are basic little sort of amphibious sort of machines. And what you can do is, this game is really, really deep. Just to demonstrate this, this is a loadout. So you can actually load out various things on a walrus, and you can put like you can put all sorts of things. You can do lasers. You can put in missiles. And you can put in command center virus bomb. This is critical. The virus bomb is critical to this game. You need to have the virus bomb, because if you do that, you can actually fire it into another island that's controlled by the enemy, or the Omega aircraft carrier, and then reprogram it so the command center now answers to you and not the Omega. That's how I pretty much won the game. That's how you're both supposed to win the game. You don't actually take on the main carrier. That's insane. He will blast you to pieces. No, you avoid him as best you can, but then just cut him off. You put him under siege. You remove his ability to renew his or repair himself, because you basically take over all his resources. That's basically what carrier command's about. Not so much about flying and driving a carrier or an aircraft carrier. It's more about putting an enemy under siege. I know, weird, right? So, what else is there? There's also automatic command center. You build a command center, which I'm going to do later on, at least try to anyway. And then you can add fuel, so because you can send these things out into long distance things, but in order to do that, they have to have a fuel thing. And there's also a laser as well. Also, the manufacturing, you can change that again to be a defense. So you can build a defense system, or you can build a factory, or you can build a resource. So, you know, each command center does different things. At the moment, my Vulcan thing does pretty much everything, but it's primarily a resource center, which is okay. So, anyway, so that's Vulcan. I mean, we'll talk about those. We're going to show you these later on when I go to another island. I'm not going to one now. And then we have the Mantas. These are aircraft, this being an aircraft carrier, and again you have different loadouts, and you can actually put in missiles, triple missiles, or you can put in a fragmentation bomb, which is pretty devastating, and you can also load a laser gun in the front of it. Remember, this is the future. So it's 22nd century, so they use 22nd century weapons, i.e. lasers. And then you also have payloads, which is long-range communications. This allows you to send a Manta on a long reconnaissance, and you can still remain in contact with them to see how things are, to see to project what we can see. It's very, very clever. It's normally used to find out where the other aircraft carrier is. So once you find it, you can then make sure you go nowhere near it, because it's very, very, very aggressive, to say the least. And then we have the missiles again. So there it is. You may notice not a lot of sound going on, because it's a bit, the sound in the game in the Atari ST version is pretty minimal. I can't vouch for the same for the other versions, the PC and the Amiga. I think the Amiga is a little bit louder with things. What's this? So this is the status of all the Mantas, and this is the status of. I can do this. Oh no, I can't do the same. All the walruses are all in dock at the moment. Of course they are. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt. Now I haven't played this game in many years, but we're going to attempt to go to another island. I know. See the big A there? See that? That's the autopilot. So I'm going to attempt. Now I did read the manual before I played, because that's kind of a must. Got to do that. We do this in games of praise. We always, like I said earlier, we always read the manual, so that's kind of helpful. I've watched some videos on YouTube, and all of them, every single one of them, they don't know what they're doing, because people don't read manuals anymore. And they genuinely don't know what they're doing, and they're just flailing around trying to do what they do with games these days, which basically teach you as you play. games 30 years ago, remember this game is 30 years old, didn't do that. Because they couldn't do that. They didn't have the memory, they didn't have that ability. So, yes, there it is. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this particular island. There you go. So I'm going to zoom in just a bit more. I'll just scroll over a bit. There we go. I'll just zoom in. Because I'm going to go to burn. So we'll program it. So, if you see that message flashed on the screen, and it's telling me I am programmed to go there. So I'm going back to the aircraft carrier. Oh no, sorry. There we go. And I'll hit autopilot on, and then it gently moves off, swings around, very. So I'm very safe at the moment. There's nothing to attack me in any way, and there won't be anything to attack me in this island either. This other island. Oh come on. Okay, so I think it's just moving its safe around now. Fortunately, the aircraft carrier is grounded, but let's just turn it back on again. Well, autopilot on, so it's just swinging around. Hope it doesn't ground itself again. It's a bit dumb as autopilots go. I might have to swing it around just a little bit. Yeah, I've got to swing it around. Come on, slow coach. Here we go. Right, if I swing it, I've just done that now. No, it's trying to go through the island. I don't know why it's doing it. So let's swing this around, and then I'll get the speed up. There you go. So I'm just going to get the speed up a bit. Get it so it goes past the island, because it's trying to go through the island. Because it can't. The AI. It's a 30-year-old game, so the autopilot's a bit dumb. It tries to go through land on a aircraft carrier. This is rather stupid. So I think it's just about clearing the island. Now, one of the things that the ST version, the PC version has over the SD version is it has a time delay, time thing. So it allows you to increase time. In other words, this allows you to let's put the autopilot on. I think it's going to be fine now. So as it's travelling along, we can actually do things. We can actually see where it is. Let's have a look. Let's look at the map. So here we go. So it's doing its own thing now. So if we just zoom out a bit, here we are. So that's the carrier there. So I'm zooming in on the carrier. We can just do this, can't we? There it is, moving along. Just chugging along. Take a little while to get there, and there's no way to increase time. Let's have a look. Report. Oh yeah. Okay, you can actually adjust speed here. But there's pause. You can do new programs and stuff like that. Oh, what's this? Island information, Vulcan. Oh, okay. That's clever. And we can zoom in on this island here, on Burn, which is what we're heading to. Very exciting. Then we do a question mark on that. This is Burn. This is free. Yeah. So if we zoom out again, you should notice there's now some red dots over here. Because they've always been there, actually. So these are the dots belong to the Omega aircraft carrier, as opposed to the Epsilon, which is what you're controlling. So this is Milestone. So Milestone, let's have a find out what it is hostile. So there we are. So, oh right, Phoenix Z80 has asked, does the carrier have a damage level? Yes, it does. At the moment, everything's all green, but there is, you can actually prioritise. Everything's automatic repair systems. Everything's fine, and this is the priority you can actually set when things are being repaired. Like I said, this game's very, 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 very complicated, very deep, and I have to give it some respect in considering how old it is as well. It's amazing. Quite happy with how my how everything's setting up, how the game after all these years, because this ST is probably about 25 years old. Probably about that. 92, 91. I think that's when I got it. Can't remember. Somewhere around that period. Yeah, it was probably 92, 91. So yeah. So, that's... I've said it now, it's probably going to die on me. But... yes. Here it is. So, let's see where we are on the map. How far have we got? Oh, it's going to take... Is there a way you can speed up time? No, it's just that's all that does is increase speed. It doesn't increase the rate of time. That's very interesting. Yeah. Okay. What's this? Resources. Stockpile. So I haven't got any factory islands. I haven't got any defensive islands. I haven't got resource islands. I think I'm going to build a resource island in this one, and then I'm going to build a factory. Maybe. What you can do, you can shoot... I haven't fired the gun, have I? I should do that. There you go, look. Oh, exciting. Probably shot a bird or something. Shoot the sea. It's all very blue. So this game is way ahead of its time. They did release a new version of it in... oh, crikey, what's going on there? Oh, no, what? You know what? It's just that. So they did release a new version of this game in what was it? In about 10 years ago? I think about maybe a little. But it was on a PC, and it was like a souped-up sort of reimagining of Carrier Command. I never really played it actually, so I'm not going to comment on whether it was good or not. I don't know. But yeah, it didn't garner much interest, unfortunately. Maybe we should play that another episode of Games of Praise. But again, it's not really retro yet. That's got to be said, so probably not. Now, also other things you need to know about Games of Praise. It is a weekly show, so every Sunday at 4 o'clock we'll pull a game out from the archives of retro goodness and play it on a variety of platforms. It could be any platform. I don't know what. And what I'd love for you guys to do is just to tweet at Retro Asylum if you follow us on Twitter, or maybe you could go to our Discord channel, which is details of which are on our Twitter and Facebook. So go to our Discord channel and chat to us there about what games you'd like to see on Games of Praise. This was actually requested on the Discord channel. There's lots of interest in me playing this game. Not entirely sure why. I think because it is a very odd game, and it's very much of its time. I think, even if it was ahead of its time, very much of its time. It was a game that was released soon after the 16-bit computers came into being, and by which time, speaking of us personally, I'd actually left the 8-bit machines in '87 to move on to the 16-bits, with the first of which was the Atari ST, and then I eventually moved on to the Amiga in the early 90s, and then that went on to the PC in '95. I defected to the PC in '95. So there's a bit of history about me and what I do. So where are we? We're there. Oh, yeah, about halfway there. So, how's everyone doing? So, a lot of things we're doing at Retro Revival, which is happening in May not far now, only 3 months. Can't believe it's March already. Oh, 2 months! 2 months away. Very exciting. We've all got lots and lots of things to be getting on with. There will be we'll be doing lots of interviews, which Asylum will be doing lots of interviews, and doing other things there as well. But that's primarily what we'll be doing, and recording a show there as well, because we always record a show of Retro Asylum at Revival, because that's what we do there, amongst many other things. Fascinating. There we go, chuddering along. So what I'm doing here is that I'm going to be firing up a walrus, and a walrus will beach onto the island, and then we'll build a command center, and then we'll get the command center to build other things. That's my plan anyway. At least I think that's what we do. I'm fairly certain that's what we have to do. I think. I do actually have the manual on my phone here, so I could look that up. So, yes. I might have to do that actually, just check what things I have to do. But what we could do while we're waiting is actually install stuff on Walrus 1. So this is Walrus 1. We'll put in a... We're going to do a I was going to do a resource, but I think a factory is what I need to put in. So what you do is you grab it and you just sling it in. Do I need any weapons? Actually, no, I don't need any weapons at all. So yeah, that's a thing. Don't need any weapons. I could put some in just to demonstrate them, but I won't, because that's not what this is about. So there you go. That's all now sorted out. And this little icon over here on the far right with the arrow pointing out the big box, that's me launching the walrus, which we won't want to do until we get to the island. So Walrus 1's in dock, so almost there. Let's have a look. And we can see the island now. So what I think I'll do, we're just getting in, not quite as close as I like to be, because the walrus doesn't like to be out too far into sea. It's not good. So let's make sure we get in within a reasonable amount of range before we launch our walrus out to it. So I know it sounds a bit dull, this looks a bit, but I wanted to do it to gently ease you into this. And then what we'll do is, what I was planning to do is actually quit this. So let's. So I'm going to do. Carrier has grounded, which is great because I wanted it to do that. So I'm just going to halt it there. So now I'm going to get the walrus out. So there it goes. So this is Walrus 1. So if you look on the icons there, you probably can't quite make it out, but Walrus 1 is highlighted in blue. And what I'm going to do is going to click there, and then control it myself. Oh, what the hell? I'm sorry about that. That was a bit embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing, really. I'll need to do that again. I know Walrus 1's been destroyed. Tell me something I don't know. Very embarrassing. Don't know what happened there. I'm going to have to let it be on autopilot just a little bit longer than I tried to. Destroy of walruses! Oh dear. Anyway, so I put the factory in there and let's just launch it. Walrus 2. I think it's going to do it again! I don't know what's going on, but I'm slowly destroying walruses. Why? What? What's going on? I need to figure out what's going on. Let's program a walrus, I think, because I'm a bit worried about it now. So let's yeah. They keep on blasting themselves into oblivion, which is quite disturbing. So let's have a look. My aircraft carrier is there. So right, and let's just put this in there, and then we'll launch it. Try not to die this time, please. Okay, right, this is what I'm going to do before I destroy all the walruses. I'm now going to go to my aircraft carrier and rotate it round because it's not behaving. So I don't know why it's so far away as well. Hang on, this is ridiculous. I've destroyed 3 of them. Twilight's apparently an enemy island. Well, it's a terrible TV show as well. Series of books as well, so, you know. I don't know what happened here because it seems to have drifted off as well. Yeah, it's completely drifted off. Very strange. There you go. Very embarrassing. I'm not sure what it was doing. I think it was just sort of driving into the back of the carrier because it wanted to get to the island. So it's just driving into the back of the carrier. Okay. So now I'm going to spin the carrier around. Just a little bit. Before I destroy another walrus. I'm sure if Omega, the aircraft carrier, could see me now, it would be just laughing its head off if it could laugh. So the little icon there in the middle with the arrows pointing in the joystick, that centres it, that stops it from spinning. So, let's see if I can actually launch a walrus. Yes! It's not blown up! Hooray! So anyway. So water's come to the beach. There it goes. Up on there it is. It's just trees. Virgin trees. Lovely. So there's nothing on here. So we're going to change that. We're going to fire this there. So we drop that. Let's have a look at it. See if it's building anything. Oh, there it goes. There it is. Hooray! It's the little things in life. This is going to build that. So what? I don't need to do anything anymore, at least I don't think so. Yeah, let's just head back. Let's just build in that now. So where is it in relation to? Yeah. So burn is now an iron that belongs to me. So just program it there. So let's flick on autopilot. Go back to the curve carrier. For some reason, aircraft carrier starts just moving. I mean, I don't know why it does that, but yeah, it just drifts off. So it's heading towards the aircraft carrier now. Fascinating. So we're going to attempt to. Oh yeah, Arachnid is now an enemy island. What we'll do is I'm going to attempt to redock this thing. Don't laugh! I know you've seen me destroy 3 of them so far. It's my last one. I can build more if I go back to Vulcan. It sends me more. But anyway. So I'm heading towards... I hope that's my aircraft carrier. If it's not, I'm in deep trouble. So there's a lot more to this game. Of course there is. I'm just showing you the periphery. So okay, so it's reached its destination. So what I'm going to do is get it to go off to the aircraft carrier myself, so I can control it myself. So what I've got to do is got to get to the rear of the aircraft carrier, which I think I'm actually doing. That is the rear. Yeah. Gotta say, this sea is very calm. So what I'm going to do now... no. There you go. Is I'll get... Should be doing that now. Here it goes! It's safe and sound! Oh, ye of little faith! Considering where we are, you know... Questioning anyone's... I'm just saying. Right. So, where are we? So what we could do is we can go back to the aircraft carrier and have a look at the map. So we can zoom out a bit and zoom out a bit. Here we are. So now we've got 2 blue specks. Do you see? There's another one there. You can go. That's the next island to go to. So this one's been destroyed. So look, destroyed in dock, which is not great. So let's do this. So what you can do is go to this one, and we have to get it from storage. So now it's in dock. Get that one in storage and that one in storage. So now I have them all replaced. What we're going to do is you go to another island. Why not? Let's go to another island. And resources. So resources. This is very important. This is my little network. I've just made a little network because I've just occupied this island, and I built a resources thing there. So I'm going to do, a factory, I seem to remember. So I'm going to do is in there. I've got one factory. I'm going to do a resource island over there. So let's zoom in on that. Do carrier map. So resources and carrier map. Very cool. So if we zoom in on that. And yeah, so we program that, and then we go back to here. Hopefully, if we flick on autopilot, it might just do what it's supposed to do, not ground itself like it did last time. I do need to get more fuel, and the way to get more fuel is by building resources and building factories and all sorts of things. And this is not just the game. You notice that it's very dry, Chris. There's no combat. Well, I can't show the combat yet because the enemy hasn't actually reached me yet. I'm actually building my network up, and they're building theirs. Eventually, we will meet, and then I'll have to start entering his territory. But at the moment, that's just not happening. It's all very quiet. And what I'm planning to do is going to show you some of the other things that there you go, there it is. So I'm just moving from there and heading over to there. What I'm planning to do is show you the Manta aircraft and the air to ground missiles you can use, which are incredible and very devastating. So yeah, but this is what we do in games of praise. We delve into these strange and weird and wonderful complex games in some cases, some not so complex, and we're going to do all sorts of systems as well, anything from PlayStation to Game Boy, all sorts, doesn't matter. Even the humble ZX81 maybe. Although my ZX81, if anyone knows me, knows it's not really a ZX81 anymore. It's kind of a Frankenstein monster, really. But yeah, so I'm going to need more fuel as well. What's this? What's none in range? No messages. Okay, these are the. I've only got one of these in stock now. I've got some fuel. Suppliers, fuel. I've got aircraft carrier fuel, aircraft fuel, AAV fuel, fuel transfer. That's interesting. Stockpile is out of range. So, okay, yeah, fuel priorities. Interesting. It's really, really complicated stuff. Takes it out of that. It's just amazing, isn't it? Okay. Anyway, see where we are, because that's the thing about this game is that you can the point of view like, oh, I'm just having to wait to move to one island to the other. What pain! Well, how boring is this? It's just oh, sorry, Phoenix ZAT's off. Thanks very much for watching and participating in chat. Appreciated. Great stuff. Anyway, yes, as I was saying, you can do things and fiddle around with things and check things as you're waiting to get to the next destination, and that's nice. I think it's quite nice to be able to do that. So one thing you can do is actually, I'm going to go to my number 1 now, and I'm going to load this, not with, yeah, one was a factory. I'm going to do a resource this time. Oh, really? Oh, got none in resource. That's a pain in the bum. Can you do it? Oh, these have got no fuel anyway. Looks like I've got to go 4. Do I have to build them? That's rubbish. Yeah. Oh. Oh well. Tell you what, let's load up a Manta with guns. So I'll show you how that works. So. Almost there. And then we'll quit out of this and I'll show you how it works when you actually are under attack or there's a hostile thing to engage with. At the moment we haven't got that. One thing I'm finding a little bit frustrating is how the carrier just goes drifting off. It just does start moving off for reasons best known to itself. Right. Almost there. Let's have a look. Let's see outside. Oh, we see the island now. See the island. That's very good. Let's have a look at the turret. There it is. Now, if we zoom in, yeah. All right, good. Okay. So it's full stop. So what we need to do is we need to swing this around so we get a walrus out without... Oh no, we don't need to. There we go. We're going to get a manta out, aren't we? So this is exciting actually, getting the mantas out, because what happens is you just... you get it out on the... There it is, can you hear it? Ding! It's now on the flight deck. Awesome. Basically what you can do is just make sure I've got everything. Yeah, you can just launch it. Off it goes. And it goes off the end. And you can grab hold of it and then there's a laser cannon. Let's go around. Here we are. So I'll just sort of speed up a bit. Shoot some trees. Not sure you can shoot trees, but you can. Destroyer of wildlife and trees. There you go. So that's the Manta. Pretty darn cool. So what I'm going to do is going to head back to the aircraft carrier now. And hang on. Try and get it to dock. Just remember how to do this. Here we go. It lands on automatic. So if you notice, you probably can't actually see. You can actually see it on the screen. There you see it on the screen. That the landing icon is really self-explanatory. You see little aircraft landing on the carrier there, and it sort of moves off, and then you can just sort of drop it in. Ta-da! Very cool. So what I'm going to do now, I think we've explored it a little bit now. Is just one more thing I'm going to show you. It's really cool. Is this thing. So what you do is you launch this, and you can then launch a missile. I just swear. There we go. Here it goes. It's off. You just launch the missile, and then, unfortunately, because the aircraft carrier is facing the wrong way, and you just sort of launch a surface-to-surface missile. There it goes. You can see just smashing into the sea. So you can do those, but you have to turn the aircraft carrier right way around. Very devastating launch missile. It's sort of done as an opening salvo, if you like, for the attack that you're about to unleash. So what I'm going to do is go here, game status, and what you can do. Well, it's got options. Look, I know sound effects, yes. Message ping, yes. So this is great. Game options from 30 years ago. What about graphics? What about all the no graphics, no nothings. Just that's your game options. Not a lot there going on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to surrender. Yes, I'm really going to surrender. Game over. Game was aborted. 50 minutes. Final score 25. There. So I've got a score. Islands taken. That's true. That's true. I took some neutral islands. Anyway, so that's the basic strategy game. There's a lot to take in. This game is incredible. If you can, I would highly recommend you have a go because there's a lot to it, and it's good. It's good. Creating game world. So this is the action, and that island there is hostile. It's got all sorts of nasty things going on it, and yeah. So what we're going to we're going to attempt to take it over. Probably going to fail, but at least I'm going to try. What are you going to do? So let's have a look. What we can do, we can zoom in. So a bit of a scan. We can actually fire the laser as well. But I've just got to find a command center. I don't see it anywhere. Can't go any more than 8. Now what I used to do back, I think the command center's just there. If I... No, it's there. It's there. Now what I used to do back in the day was I would very, very, very discreetly, I would just, I would launch a walrus and just take over the island. I'll add this. And the walrus would be, armed, but it won't need that much armament. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to spin the aircraft carrier around. So let's do this. Let's spin it around. So this is behind me, so I can get the surface-to-surface missile launch to occur. That's what I'm going to do. Just to soften the target up a little bit. I think that's a wise move. So the island is Phenopoly. That's what it's called anyway. Okay, so it's the spinning round. So I believe this is how I have to do it. I might be wrong. Not for the first time. Just wait for it to get. Just do that there. There you go. Go to defenses. Let's launch. Here we go. I was right. So if I launch something on that. Okay, I blew something up. I don't know what it was. It was very cool. Should do it again. I'm going to do it again. Let's launch another one. Let's do another one. Yes. So that's. I don't know what that little yellow thing is. Whatever it is, it's going to die. Okay. Now I've got my walrus. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the walrus up now. So you probably hear my mouse clonking around. Apologies for that. Let's get a laser on the front of it and a virus. So that's what we're going to do, and we're just going to. Well, we're going to go. We're going to go. Yeah. Now I'm probably going to come under hostile attack, but that's okay. Here it comes. Here they come. They blew it up. Obviously I'm in trouble there. The walruses can't do it. It's too hostile. Looks like I'm going to have to take out the aircraft. So the only way to do that is fire with fire. Let's put a Manta in charge. Let's get a Manta up in the sky. So we'll do missile there. Missile there. What I love about the fact you can actually just sort of drag and drop stuff. For something that's so let's do that. Let's see if we can fight things in the sky with this. It might work. I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Hostiles, here we are, here's one. See if there's anything. So I'll switch to missiles. My missile's gone. Oh, well, there's something shooting at me. Wow! I know it's hostile, but come on! Give me a break here! Right, let's go to the laser. See if I can swing you around. One of the things I used to do in the game as well back in the day, to be able to actually shoot things with the laser and sort of calm it down a bit. I'm not sure if that's going to work. Yeah. I don't think it's got the range on it. I mean, it's sort of it's that could work in the past, but it's not happening. Look, it's not sort of petering out, aren't they? If I try and take that out. Yeah, it's just too distant. Laser, the range in it is not. It's not good. Interesting. It's really scuppered me. I'd like to take over this island, really. There's the aircraft. Right. I'm going to build another Manta so I can do this. Oh no, it's been destroyed. It's in the hangar. Stop reminding me about my... let's put another laser. Should we drop a bomb on it? Oh, right. Have that. Let's just drop a bomb on it. I'm not sure if that did the trick. Let's have a look. No, not really. Didn't do much. Didn't do much at all. Oh dear, never mind. You'd think, wouldn't you? But anyway. Can't get those. Oh, I didn't drop him in. Sorry, dude. There you go. Right. So the bomb didn't do much damage. I was hoping it would, but it didn't. Let's have a look at our payload. What we can put in there. Let's get another laser gun. Vexing. Oh. Right. See if we can soften up these aircraft, because these are the ones that are killing me. Here we are. There's something else. I can't. There's no like radar or anything like. There we go. I don't know what to do here. I'm a bit bemused about what to do. I was hoping to get a little bit more. You know, just can't seem to. If I. Okay, I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Got an idea. I'm gonna back up. To the island, so I can use the laser to blow shit up. Okay. No, stop. Okay, so if I... See that hit? Thing might be indestructible, I don't know. No, it's not! There it goes! Boom! I think I might have it. I think I might have it. I think I might have it. Let's see. I'm gonna risk it. Let's load up. Number 2. Load him up. Come on. Only goes 50% speed when it's in the sea. Very annoying. So you've got to fire it into the slot. Damn it. Damn it. Didn't work. Fine. Mantas. I need another manta. Oh boy. I thought I got rid of the... I did get rid of it, but... I know. Stop reminding me. Here we go. Here we go. Where are they? Here he is. Come on. Got to be careful of not crashing into the ground. Got him. I think they're the... I'm not sure. You can't sort of get information on what you're shooting at. Ah. Who's that? What's that? Yeah, and apologies for the clunky mouse, but this thing is a pain to use. Ah! Got me. I'll find him again. Did he ram into me or something? I don't know. Thing is, the game's meant to build up to this point. It's not something. It's not its natural state, so that's why I'm not very good at it, because haven't slowly built up to the point where I'm taking on really hostile islands. Okay. I'm going to head back to the aircraft carrier now. Trying to get another walrus out. Okay. Let's wait for it to land and then we'll drop it down. Exciting stuff! There you go. Drop it in. Walruses. So number 3 is in dock. Let's see if we can get this one. I know it is. Don't remind me. I'm not going to bother with putting those in. Just do the virus thing. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Oh, that's the runway. There it is, that's my target. Right. The controller thing is a bit difficult, as you can gather. You can probably gather. Here we go. And what I have to do is fire. There you go! There you go! It took a lot. It took a lot. It took too much, quite frankly. But, let's bring Wars 3 in, because he's the hero. But yes, it took a little bit too much to get that done. But, so, okay, we saw some messages on Twitch. Sorry, we've got big. So we've got Brains Gone Dead 76. Thank you very much for joining. Just got home and I thought, wonder if anyone's streaming Atari ST games. Well, they are. Here I am. And just to be clear, I'm not just streaming Atari ST games. I'm streaming from an Atari ST. It's actually not emulated. I'm running it on my actual Atari ST 1040. So yeah, which I bought many years ago, and it's still going strong. Yes. Although I have done some modification to it over the years. It's got 4 megabytes of RAM as opposed to 1. But anyway, who wants to know if I'm going to play Robocop 3 anytime? I hadn't planned to, but that's a good suggestion. We'll put it in the bag, see if we're doing it. We'll put a poll out and we can go out and see what people think. We'll play Robocop 3 on the ST. That'll be fun. Actually, it's a very good game. Believe it or not. Film's terrible, but the game's very good. And also we've got Elmon 007, I think it is. Not entirely sure. Which says worth the wait. So it's basically saying that it was worth the wait watching me take over this island. And I agree. It was awesome. I'm right in the middle of enemy territory as well. Look at this mess. Look at this. But I did it. It's now. There it is. What a great way to end the show. Look. I conquered. I am great. If I go to the aircraft carrier and I'll go to the map again, please, if you don't mind. Here we go. Zoom in a bit, and we can do the resources. And there's all the network of resources. I've now taken over. I have actually taken over. Look, by taking that island over, I actually did some damage to the enemy. So that's great stuff. I am rather impressed with myself. No damage to the aircraft carrier, I'm happy to say. But I am in the middle of enemy territory. If I was playing this for realsies or the strategy game, looking at this map, it will be an unmitigated disaster. I would have actually quit and tried again because this is terrible. But no, I'm quite proud of myself having to placate and take the island down. And I mean that's one of the reasons why we play these games. Also, is just to delve into them and see how deep they really were. And this one is very complicated. I mean, look at all this stuff. What's all these resources and fuel priorities, and it's just incredible, absolutely insane. But no, that island now belongs to me. I'm not sure what kind of, looks like it's a defensive island. I'm not entirely sure, but no, really cool and very excited. One thing I didn't delve into, by the way, was these things. These are drones. So there's different types. You can do this sort of configuration. So what I do is I put them all around like that. I can just select that, and I can launch them. So and then they come. So as they're launching, I can then go to viewfinder and show you as they're coming out. They don't look very exciting, I've got to say, but yeah, you might see them. There you are. There's one. Look, the little triangle floating over there. It's cool. So yeah, Brain's Gone Dead as as I said that RoboCop 3 is a cheesy film. It's a cheesy film. It's not. Don't. RoboCop 1 is barely tolerable. But oh god, I know I said that. I'm sorry, but it's not great, is it? But yeah, I love how the ST did great 3D. It did. It did. The ST was really good at 3D. Much better in many respects than the Amiga. I know, heretical say it, but it was actually slightly had an edge on the Amiga when it comes to 3D. Vector graphics, like the kind of low poly 3D that we see here. It's pretty good, but it wasn't as the sound wasn't nearly as good as on the Amiga though. As I said, oh right, he sold his ST. Yes, don't sell your ST. And he's asking what games I like on ST. Well, funny enough, Brain's Gone Dead. Great name, by the way. Funny enough, one of my favourite games on the ST is Carrier Command. I love this game. This kind of game was for me. This Dungeon Master, Oids is one of our favourites as well. Starglider 2, loved Starglider 2 on the ST. Yeah, there's some fantastic games on the ST, and I had a lot of good times on the ST. But well, we at Retro Asylum are neutral when it comes to formats, unless we're actually having a war that we did with the 8-bits, of which for the 8-bit wars I defended the Amstrad every time, and I won eventually in the last war. Just saying. I never let people forget that. But I think we're going to finish the stream here now. And I know Brainstorm that you just logged on, but I don't think there's much more for me to do really to show you off in the game. This is basically it. I did everything I could. I mean, there is the flares. I didn't do those, did I? The flares here. You launch these, and it just basically you put them out. And it acts as a decoy, so all the missiles and that kind of thing normally thrown at you get fired at the flare instead. It's just a defense mechanism, really. Fascinating, really good stuff. Is there anything else you need to know? Oh look, there's all the stores and stuff that the carrier has got. It's just amazing. But it's I'm very happy that it's still going. I've still got this game. I'm still able to play it 30 years after I first played it, and I loved it back then, and I love it now. It's a very complex and deep game, and it might be fun to actually have a long sort of play on it for a much longer play than we're doing today, just to delve into it. But it's, as you can see, it's a bit slow. What I'm going to do it now. I'm going to quit. Gonna surrender. Sad face. Do you want to surrender? Yes, I do. Yes. There it is. Game over. Got one. I took one island, and the score I got was 10 times that I got from the score when I did strategy. So that's quite a thing. But yeah, so I might start a strategy game up again. Let's do that. So it's cool. Yeah, I've really had a great time playing this game. I mean, it's been so rewarding to do, to be able to do that, to show you guys why I chose this game, or why we chose this game to play, to show you on Retro Asylum on Games of Praise, because this is a brilliant example of why we at Retro Asylum came up with Games of Praise, to actually focus on a game that deserves attention and deserves someone to explore and play and share with everyone. That's exactly why we're doing this. And yeah, this is a great one. Our first episode 0, is Rescue and Fractalus, another fantastic example of a game that needs more attention. You know, it is slow. This game is very slow. It is very ponderous, and I make no bones about it. It really, really is. But so what? You know, that's what I've got to say. So what? Let's just zoom in on that. It's. I mean, I'm probably going to play it long after the stream has ended. I'm gonna sort of set the course off to here. Program there. Go back to the ship. I'm getting to. I mean, there's no tool types to the icons, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that there's no tool types, because you just know what each one is. You know what it means. It's exactly like Shadowrun. It just doesn't matter. So, oh yeah, so Brain is Dead is. Oh, and he's saying that the Last Ninja remix. I didn't know Last Ninja came out on the ST. That I'm very excited about. I love seeing 16-bit incarnations of 8-bit games. I love those. They normally knock it out of the park. Not always, but normally they're just like stunning. And it's also, yeah, slow is good. Is slow good? I don't know. I mean, I play Stellaris on the PC, and that's slow. That's really slow, and I love that game too. But that's not the sort of game we're going to play on or stream here on Games of Praise, because it's only 2 years old. So no, that's not going to happen. But no, it's been really, really fantastic playing this, and what I'm so happy about is my ST is held up for playing almost an hour and a half now. And you think, oh come on, it's still going. It hasn't batted an eyelid. It's 25-year-old machine. It's still going. So, and like I said, I can't stress this enough. I am not emulating this. I'm streaming it I'm streaming the video output from my ST through a capture device out to you guys in the internet. So, yeah, it's. What I can do now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my walrus and do my. So. Okay, so get automatic. So just build resources on this one. Yeah. So, okay. Very good. And it's just. I just bring back such lovely memories. What I'd love to do in this stream, definitely play Star Glider 2. That's a thing we're going to do. I'd love that game. It had incredible weapons on it. One of them had a black hole where you'd actually create a singularity in a ship, and the spaceship would actually collapse in on itself. I've never seen it in any other game do that to this day. That game's almost 30 years old as well. Just nuts. But hey, why not? Why wouldn't you do that? So let's just center on the. I just love this. So good. Forgot how much I love this game. So good. So yeah, I think we're definitely going to end it now. Yeah, there's the laser gun and the viewfinder. So it feels like more like a submarine sometimes when you're walking around doing this, or floating across the sea. It's not up there with Wind Waker though, is it? It's got to be said. Not quite up there with that kind of quality. Let's zoom out a bit. See how far the. Well, this enemy's got more islands than I have, so they started off before I did. I am sad, but anyway. It's so strange. You just get it. You just figure it out. Oh, I've got to go to that icon. Oh, I've got to... There's no tooltips. There is no tooltips. It doesn't tell you nothing. Telling you what to do. Nothing tells you what you need to do. You just got to figure it out. But like I said before, at the start of the show, at the very start of the show, I did explain to everyone that I read the manual before I started playing because you have to. You have to. So yes, I think. I mean, what I'll do is I'll just send the walrus across to this other island. I think we'll just do that one more time because I want to do it properly this time. Because I forgot that you've got to swing your carrier around. Because if you don't, the walrus will come out, spin round, and smash into the back of this carrier, as we saw 3 times earlier today. So I'm going to do that. I want to do it properly. I want to do it first time proper, done, and then just get on and do the others. That's what I want to do, and I just love the fact that you've got. I love the fact that you've got this intricacy, this sort of little bits and pieces, all these moving parts. You've got to make sure you do everything right because these games are unforgiving, which is quite extraordinary. But yeah. Oh, so yes, I read the manual. Braden's gone dead. I had to. All 73 pages of it. That's what you do if you want to play Carrier Command. Read the manual. I did. I knew what I was doing, but it didn't tell you about swinging the carrier around. That's what you got to figure out for yourself. You know, it didn't tell you about these things. You just got to learn them for yourself, and that's fine. I love also the size of my mouse pointer. Look how massive it is. It's huge. Oh dear. What else? Populous is good on the ST. I like Populous on the ST. That's good. So they get the version of I played most. I did eventually get an Amiga version, and I actually managed to link up a null modem cable with my ST and an Amiga and played that with a friend, like an early version of LAN without the network cable. It's just a null modem cable, which I think I still have somewhere. So that's something we might be doing as a later date as a stream, just to have finally answer the question: what was better, the Amiga or the ST? Who knows? So yeah, here let's keep going to this island. How far are we away? So the PC version, the DOS version, apparently. He's still chundering along. Yeah, okay, am I going full speed? I hope so. Not quite. Let's just crank up the speed. Oh no, I can't. Okay. Island, none in range, bearing position, bearing 103. Oh, it's so good. Captive. That's a really good game. I love that on the ST. That was really strange. I think actually impossible to finish because there's a bug in it. So that's sad. But yeah, Captive. It's kind of like Dungeon Master, only you're controlling 4 separate droids and 4 separate screens. It's kind of nuts. Very, very complicated, but yeah. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. I've loaded up my walrus. Nothing more to be done. And what I can do, that's good. That's fun. What I can do is I can send one of these as a recon. Here we go. So I put that there. Send this off as a recon. Yeah, why not? So we zoom out. So if you notice how the icons all change in the bottom, because I'm actually logged on as the. It's so clever, so clever. I'm going to go. Probably the clicking of the mouse. Apologies for that, but this old dirty old mouse. I mean, look at it. It's horrible. What if we send it just to this island here? I'm not sure what it's called. Let's zoom in on it. tokamak. Very strange. Yeah, just program it there. So if we get it out, off you go. There he goes. Please don't crash into the sea. Thank you. Right, so he's gone. This is great. You can just do stuff like that in this game. It's how, it's just like, well, you say, oh, it's tedious, you're just waiting, but yes, but you can actually optimize that. You can do things, you can multitask and like, well, I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to go to that island eventually, so I'm going to send that off and see what's there. I know there's going to be nothing there because it's currently it's free, but let's zoom out a bit. There he is, flying off. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough fuel to get there, but yeah, I could have him just land there. No, I can't actually. I don't think I can. I don't think they can land. Anything they can land on is the aircraft carrier, which is a bit weird. But yeah, the PC version of this game, which does exist, does have a time lapse. I think I said this earlier, but yeah, you can actually increase time so you don't have to wait for so long, and yeah, stuff. So yeah. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. Yeah, there he is. Getting close. No, he's got a fair way to go before he reaches that island. Nothing on his fuel consumption. There's stuff on speed. He's flying at low altitude. Almost there. So I'm going to swing the boat around. I mean, technically what I could do is have it past the island. In fact, I might do that. Uh-oh. Actually, probably not a good idea. Let's do it there. There you go. Try and do it closer. There you go. So I'll go back to here. So okay, that's good. So again, sorry for the sound of the clonking mouse, but that's what I'm using, and that's how they used to sound. They're great clonking bloody things. Okay, so do I have a plan of action? For this session, no, I'm not actually. I'm just demonstrating how to play this game, actually. Normally I do have actually a plan of action, and I'm actually setting one in motion here by building a resource. Oh, okay, let's just halt it then. Halt. Okay, so let's swing this fella around. So the island's behind us. And we can do that. But I do have a plan of action. This is not guesswork at all. I'm building a resource centre because I need to build a resource centre first, and then I'm going to build a factory, and then I'm going to build a defence. But I don't think I'll have time to do that here. But yeah, just swing the carrier around so when I launch my walrus, it doesn't slam itself into the back of the carrier like the other three did at the beginning of this session. Like I said, don't remember reading that in the manual. I don't. It might be in there, but I don't remember reading that in the manual. Okay, that should be fine. So, walrus. Clonk, clonk, clonk. Good. So you see that viewfinder thing in the top left-hand corner there? It's telling me what I will see when I launch this fellow. So let's launch him. Or her. Okay, let's go to the Virgin Island, and then we'll call it there. I don't want to call it there, but I'm going to have to because, you know, I've got to eat. There it is. So we'll put it more or less in the middle. Behind me is the radar. Excellent. So, where's my aircraft carrier? So there's the installation that's now building. You can see that there. The radar's on. I didn't do the radio earlier. Sorry. Speed is controlled by the arrow keys, by the way. Damn it! Smashed into a tree. I'm heading towards the beach. I don't know why the walrus has to declare that it's encountered a beach. It's very strange. Cerebus is now a friendly island. I am victorious. Let's see how you're doing. So, it's not even close there, is it? I mean, I told it to go somewhere, and it's still flying off. I'm not sure how it is with fuel. Let's have a look. Fuel's not great. I'm going to have it head back. And because I don't think that was a wise move after all. Actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's face it. Where are we? There we go. Let's not kill this. It's not fair. Yeah. Program. Course is set. There he is. So I'll zoom in on him there. Let's say it does have a radar then. I didn't think it did, but yeah, I didn't click on the radio earlier. So much to this game. Anyway, we're going to quit this stream because I could play this for hours. I'm quite willing to do so, actually, as you can tell. But we can't. I can't do that. But it's been fantastic playing this game and just exploring it, and it's just there's so much to it. It's just fantastic. I'm gonna go here. Gonna set a course. Here we go. Set him on his way. And thanks very, very much for watching. It's been fantastic. And we will be back next week with another game that's chosen by you. If you go to our Discord channel, pretty much any format from PS3 backwards. It was kind of our benchmark for games, really. So anything from the PlayStation 3, so Xbox 360 era behind that. anything beyond that is kind of current generation, really, isn't it? So yeah, we're not going to be doing that. But yeah, it's been really, really fantastic streaming this, and it's been relatively pain-free on the ST, and it's behaved itself wonderfully, I have to say. So well done to you, ST, and well done for you for watching. So until next time, thanks very much for watching. Bye.